Okay, so First Corinthians 14 regarding tongues is somewhat controversial, um, because first of all, it's very controversial in our evangelical world, in our world Christian world, so much so that it's hardly been spoken about. But let's just I'm reading from Gordon Fees. He's a great exhortation and exegesis, right? Verse 4, Paul begins with tongues. I would like all of you to speak in tongues. Verse 4, all right? Verse 5, I would like every one of you to speak in tongues. Everyone. I would like. That's Paul saying that. The sentence is sometimes often viewed as merely conciliatory, right? Like conciliatory meaning, especially in light of chapter 12, verse 28 to verse 30, where Paul asserts that all do not speak in tongues. So a lot of people say that because not everybody speaks in tongues, he's only a desire and wish. He's just wishful thinking that I wish all of us speak in tongues, but that's not what he means. Fee writes that now Paul says of the dimension, but that is not quite correct. Paul has already indicated tongues have value for the individual, meaning in private, personal prayer life. The whole issue is the intelligibility. Whether the tongues is not intelligible, to no one get edified except the person speaks in tongues alone himself. All right, let's just expand that. Now, Paul says of the dimension of spiritual life that he could wish all experience the edification that came from such a gift of the Spirit. But that, of course, is not his present view. A lot of people say that is a conciliatory view, but it's not his present view. But that's not correct, because Paul quickly qualifies that wish by repeating the language, but rather you prophesy. After such a summary, one would expect in this letter that it might be followed by explanatory for and a reason. In this case, he concludes with the proposition: greater is the one who prophesies than the one who speaks in tongues. With these words, two matters from the preceding argument are brought into focus. First, this defines the meaning of greater gift in the exhortation of 1 Corinthians 12, verse 31. Second, the reason prophecy is greater is related to the edification of the community, as the preceding argument makes certain. So this is all about intelligible. Prophecy is greater because it's intelligible. When Paul argues that prophecy is greater than tongues,